the 40-day being challenge. And today in day 30, as we continue to seek solitude, we are talking about solitude's weapon of mass distraction. Mass distraction. I like that whole warning list there this morning that Zach puts in the book about what was actually used when that we would read it and we would think that it's about our cell phones, or as my daughter said this morning as she was doing her being challenged, she said, wait, this isn't about books, this is about YouTube, this is about cell phones and iPads, and actually it wasn't. It was things that were said in the past about the things that the negative side effects from reading. None of are there, and smartphones are our big distraction for many of us this day. And as you think about using your phone and thinking about reflecting back, if you've been doing this challenge, and one of the things it tells you today is go back and see, compare your usage today to your usage on day 10 when you first kind of investigated this mass distractor. Maybe you had your patterns change for a little bit, and then maybe you've kind of fallen back to the old patterns. I always encourage you to get a weekly report. My report comes to me on Sunday on my phone, lets me know where I was at, and I was actually fewer unlocks, fewer distractions this week, so I was proud of myself. I know it's not going to be that same way every week, but pay attention to us, because in this world, we talk a lot about the effects of technology and smartphones and all that stuff, and how much more so in the midst of a time where we've shifted dramatically to everything being online, everything being digital, that we can have a heart in, because those distractors are all around us. And I know even working with my kids, right, they're doing partial school online, and they're there staring at a screen all day long, doing their work on the screen all day long, and it's distracting. It can get distracting for them. The other things happening around them, they can forget to pay attention to what's happening. And I'm sure you've done it too. I'm sure so. We've all done it. We've been on those Zoom calls or those Zoom meetings, and we really haven't been focused on what the meeting's happening, but we've been more focused on maybe something else that we were doing in the background, thinking that nobody else could notice, thinking that we have this magical ability to multitask, when in reality what we're just doing is we just have this magical ability to be distracted. And so as you think about that, as you pay attention to that as well, my encouragement for you is to make sure that what you're allowing in is something that's actually going to help you and serve your neighbor, and not exactly something that's just going to distract you and fill your time. We can all be busy. That's no problem. We have no problem being busy, but we have a hard time being focused and actually accomplishing things. And so my prayer is that you are able to do that focus, because the mission is critical. The mission you are on as a follower of Jesus is so important, and you have an opportunity to make an eternal difference in the lives of those around you. So I pray that you won't let those opportunities pass you by because you're distracted and you're not fully present. So be fully present in the moment that God has put you in this very day, and to be reminded of his fully presence with you. I love that he gives us his presence in real physical ways with his very body and blood and bread and wine at Holy Communion. What a beautiful thing to celebrate. In fact, we couldn't even celebrate it with us this morning. We got curbside communion going on here this morning until 10:30 here in our parking lot out front, and of course this weekend as well, as we talk about and wrap up this series about choosing church. We're reading Solitude this week. We're going to read about church next week, and we're going to talk about it in our worship services this weekend, to see this beautiful thing that God allows us to be a part of the body of Christ. And it isn't perfect, not by any means, and it never has been. Yeah, that's the thing. Never has been perfect. Always has its struggles. But yet that's what we're called to do. We're called to be a part of the bride of Jesus that is his church. And we'll talk more about that this weekend. But you continue to seek solitude, and day 31 tomorrow will be the focus is the new superpower of the 2020s. We'll talk a little bit more about that and where that focus comes from, especially at John 15:5. You've heard me say it. I'm going to say it over again. Abiding in Jesus, remaining in him who is our power source. That's where we need to plug into That's where we need to find that strength to make it through each day, and not just the strength to make it through, but to run and not grow weary, to walk and not grow faint. That's what he gives to you in the abundant life he wants you to live as you learn from him solitude and this unforced rhythm of grace, way of doing life that Jesus invites you into. So may God strengthen you for each day and give you that bright hope for tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow on day 31 of the Being Challenged. God bless you